Hey guys, K2's Retro Workshop here. Today, we're not soldering on this motherboard yet. My local retro computer group decided to get a few tables at VCF Southwest. And I decided that as a part of that, I would save this processor swap until I get to that show. So, it'll probably happen sometime like Friday afternoon or something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to do this then. And then my terrible planning has landed me with a Macintosh video for February, which is just before March, for Marcintosh. So the video that I've already put together, I'm waiting until March to actually put up. So that'll be up in about a week, probably. I'll put it up next weekend. But yeah, just wanted to put a little video out here telling you just what we're doing around here. I'm working on some stuff for a shed automation project I'm working on, and yeah, there's a whole lot going on. I also have a cool little project I'm working on for these motherboards, but that hasn't materialized in some circuit boards yet, so we're waiting on that one too. I'm not abandoning the PC world by any stretch, but it is going to be a bit before I have a video out. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 March videos involving Macs, and then, yeah. But we can look at some cool stuff. So in vintage computing, you know, we deal with 486s, Commodore 64s. We're very aware as a community of how limited these machines are and how far we've come. But one area that we don't always look at is components. And I do a lot in the workshop. So components are something that I really do try to get a hold of when I'm out and about. Now, LEDs, they're common as dirt. I mean, look at this bin. Dime a dozen or cheaper for these things. I've got smart LEDs, I've got RGB LEDs, all of these LEDs, you got everything from square to, you know, whatever. But LEDs have come a very long way. And I know we're all aware of, I mean, look, I can just pull in here and pick out a blue LED. This blue LED literally changed how we light everything in our homes and stuff. Even in the workshop here, this is all lit with white LEDs made possible by this invention from the 90s. But LEDs weren't always this simple of a commodity. And I like going to estate sales because it's a great place to find vintage hardware, right? So this digital display case here, it's got a red filter lens on it, cute little case, new in box. That's even more than I paid for it. Can't go wrong sometimes. Granted, some people know exactly what they have. They've looked it up on eBay and stuff. But I recently went to an estate sale and picked up some LEDs. We've got the MV1 Monsanto visible display from before they basically started making Roundup, I guess. And this set of green MV2s. Now, the MV2s are really rare as far as LEDs go. These didn't sell very well, and you'll see why in a minute. This is considered the first red LED. He wrote amber on the back. I guess the color could go either way. These were released in the very late 60s, like 68-ish, and I believe these were released in 1969. But it's quite amazing just how far we've come in this technology. If we take the amber one, for example, the most common of them, and we drive it with 20 milliamps, which on the data sheet is the minimum. Tell you what, let's go ahead and drive it on 40 milliamps. You can see that it's not the brightest LED out there. Not by a long shot. Contrast, we'll drive 10 milliamps into this red LED, and you can see just how stark of a difference there is between them. Mind you, this is running at 40 milliamps, so this is 4 times the current. And let's plug in a orange LED in there too, just for comparison's sake too. So look how bright that is. I mean, this here in a lab setting sure works as an indicator, but only barely. And this is the MV1. This is considered the first red LED out on the market. So let's take a look at the MV2, which is green. Now, this LED right here, back in 1969, retailed for $295. Let me look up how much that actually is. Holy crap. This would be a $2,500 LED today. That's, whew, okay. You know, I was just talking with a couple people in my group about how expensive computers were back in the day, even in the 90s, you know. We look at some of these computers and we're like, oh yeah, Macintosh Classic, oh, I'm not going to pay $300 for that. When they were new, they were $2,000 machines. But here is your green LED at 40 milliamps. Not very bright. That's actually one of the reasons why this MV2 is so hard to find, because even at the time it was considered dim and almost unusable when there's any light around. So there's your modern green with the basically original green LED. And let's plug this other guy in here. So there we go. Let's show both of them. We've got red and green, earliest of LEDs. We're talking 1968, 1969 technology here. That is back in the tube days of computing almost. So, yeah, it's quite amazing how far we've come. I mean, even in the 70s, LEDs weren't terribly bright. I mean, here's a LED that I'm fairly certain is from the 70s. And you can see here, it's a lot brighter. It's a much better indicator. Even from the side, you can tell it's on. But, yeah. Even back then, though, like I said, the green was not super common because, I mean, you can't even really tell just looking at it. Like, I'm looking at it here in the light, and this isn't the brightest light in the world that I'm under, and you can't tell the green is on. The red you kind of can, but the green doesn't look like it's on at all. So there it is. And like I said earlier, I will see you guys at VCF Southwest if anybody's going. Look for ABQ Retro Computers there, and I will be there. You'll see this motherboard with cache ready to go. So have a great day.